Negotiating with your suppliers, especially if it's your first go around, can get a little tricky. You want the best deals, but you don't want to be raising any red flags as a new buyer. In this video, I'm hoping to cover some of my favorite tips as a new buyer to hopefully get you through the negotiating process as best as possible. Let's go. So when I was first starting to reach out to manufacturers and suppliers, I thought negotiating and just talking to these suppliers was one of the most difficult things, partially because I was a new seller, but more likely than not, both sides of the party are trying to make as much money as possible. I mean, the ideal situation is that both sides get a good deal, and that's eventually what you want to get to, but that isn't always the case when you're first starting out. So hopefully in this video, I want to go over some of the big tips that will allow you to get there and, have those conversations right off the bat. But if you guys are new to this channel, first off, I want to welcome you guys to the Prestige Amazon FBA YouTube family. If you guys are interested in anything in Amazon FBA, private labeling or not private labeling at all, definitely consider subscribing because I release videos twice a week. I think next month I'll be releasing videos once a week because I'll be out of town, but I'll still be releasing content, so don't be hesitant and don't be shy to subscribe if you're interested in anything Amazon. I do have an engaging Facebook group called the Prestige Amazon FBA Mastermind. You can find that on Facebook or down below in the description. And I also do have an Instagram where I release daily content, also on Amazon FBA content. Also on Amazon FBA. Yeah, that's what I said. Down below, you can find that on Instagram at the official Andy Lamb, or again, direct links are down below. Also down below, you'll also find a cheat sheet. So maybe you guys will find that helpful, especially if you guys are just first starting out. But I do also want to give a shout out to Jason Artola, who has won the free coaching coach. Wow, I cannot talk today again. Free coaching call. But if you're interested in the free coaching call, it's 30 minutes. You can chat with me with topics that you want to cover, questions that you have, anything you want to talk about. Just talk to me for half an hour or so. Stay till the end of this video and I'll let you know how you can be entered into winning that. But Jason, feel free to DM me in the Prestige group. We can get that set up for you. So tip number one is to just be professional. Now, you may be thinking, Andy, well, of course, why would I not be professional? Of course, I'm going to be professional if I'm reaching out to a big manufacturer and supplier and asking them about their products. Well, of course, you're going to be professional in the wording that you use, but you need to be professional in how you interact with them and the questions that you ask right off the bat. For one, when you send that initial reach out message to the suppliers, you need to be very clear, concise, and straightforward. Again, when you're reaching out to suppliers, especially from overseas, they may not understand super complicated vocabulary. So it's very important to use not basic vocabulary, but vocabulary that people that have English as a second language can understand. You also want to be very straightforward with the questions that you ask. So you need to come off as very informed about the product that you're looking for. You don't want to be kind of guessing as to asking them, what can you do to the product to make it better, things like that. You need to come into the conversation knowing exactly what you want. For example, do you allow for customizations on the product? Is this product patented? Are you able to sell this product in the USA? Will you have any problems selling in the USA? You have an issue with some part of the product that you're trying to source in that you want to better that part. Do they allow customizations like logo printing and things like that and packaging? Those are the examples that are pretty much things that you really need to keep in mind and things that you need to be asking when you're reaching out to your supplier. You don't want to come into the conversation not knowing what you want. That's one of the red flags that they're going to kind of be alerted by. That kind of gives that feel that you are a new buyer and you're not exactly sure what are the possibilities for the product and what can be done. Right off the bat, from just having a list of questions that are very straightforward and concise, you come off as somebody that's looking for a long-term supplier, and that's what suppliers really want in a relationship. They'll take you as a professional and they're willing to work with you even more so than if you were kind of all over the place and just asking random questions. Now, in addition to sounding professional, you also kind of want to sound like a large corporation or a large company. Now, I don't reinforce lying to your supplier, but Using this will definitely give you an advantage because suppliers will take you more seriously. If you come into the conversation saying, hey, I'm new to the Amazon FBA space and I'm a new seller, I'm doing private labeling, chances are they're going to rip you off and increase the price point by so much. So this is something that you definitely don't want to do. Just coming into the conversation, saying you're representing a large company, saying that you're very interested in the product that they have, asking them for different options and a catalog for the products that they have. So maybe you want to build a long-term relationship with them, and you can definitely include this in the script or templates that you guys send to these manufacturers and suppliers. But this is definitely something that you want to do, and some way to reinforce this. And a way to reinforce this is, come into the conversation looking for a large quantity that you want to initially order. So chances are, if you're a new private label seller, you're not going to be sourcing 10,000 units off the bat. You may be wanting to just test out, 500 to 1,000 to 2,000 units just to start. And eventually, if things work out, eventually, 10 to 20,000 units or 10 to 20,000 unit orders. But coming into the conversation and asking for a whole container full of the actual inventory, or 10,000 units or 20,000 units, that will give you, or that will give them an idea that you are a very serious buyer. You're looking to buy large quantity, and the price point that they'll give you is something that they're willing to go down to. So of course, when they give you that price point, there's always room for negotiation, but you know what the price point is for that specific volume. So when you when it comes down to ordering the actual product, you can say, hey, we're actually going to move forward with a very small sample order of 5,000 to 1,000 units to kind of test and see how the inventory works in the actual on the actual Amazon platform. So that kind of gives you that leverage as a large company, and it gives them an idea that, hey, you're a very serious buyer and you're willing to, or you are looking to get these larger quantities eventually. Maybe not right off the bat in the first order, but it will kind of give off that feel to them. And another thing that you can kind of use to reinforce this idea of, being from a large corporation or a large company is to say you belong to a certain team. So say you're representing the sales team, or say you're representing the logistics team of your company, and you're reaching out to them to, see if they would be a good potential long-term partner for the product that you're trying to source. And then when you're in the process of negotiation, you can also say, hey, I need to consult with my team about this new pricing point that you are offering. It doesn't quite meet our criteria. It doesn't quite meet our price target. So we'll come back to you with a price target, in the next few days or the next few hours. Things like that to kind of give off the vibes that you are from a large company. A large corporation will definitely get you a better relationship with your actual supplier, as well as a better price point for your product. And my third tip for this is that you need to be educated. And I'm not saying that you need a master's or PhD to talk to your suppliers. I'm saying that you need to be informed about things like shipping terms, different types of sales vocabulary, shipping vocabulary, things like that. It's probably one of the biggest red flags to come off as a beginner if they're offering terms to you or price points to you in FOB or DDP, and then your next question is, well, what's FOB? Right off the bat, chances are they're going to believe that you're a new seller and this is your first time or your first go around doing so. And I mean, if that was me, I would just charge you an extra $2 per unit, because chances are you wouldn't have any idea what these different terms were. So if you don't know what these terms are, or these shipping terms, or it's hard, and you're going to learn as the process goes, but try to be as informed as possible. And there's tons of YouTube videos and channels that do go over these types of things. My channel has plenty of these, so definitely go check out the other videos. But just be informed. There's no bigger red flag than asking questions about terms like these. Number 4 is just to be cooperative. This one is kind of hard to explain, but a lot of you guys are out in the Amazon marketplace to make a ton of money and as much money as possible. And of course, that's one of the primary reasons of starting an Amazon FBA private label business. But everybody's kind of looking for that ideal product of sourcing for 10 cents and selling for $50 or something like that. That's pretty much impossible, but if you guys have a product like that, kudos to you guys. I'm definitely looking for something like that. But chances are you're not selling something with those types of margins. But in terms of cooperation, you do want to be able to just have a very good relationship with your supplier. If they are happy, chances are they're going to give you good deals and give you the best customer service as possible. You guys are both in this line of business. They're selling to you, you're selling to the Amazon customer. So you do want to keep that relationship very healthy and smooth so that you guys are both having a win-win situation and win-win relationship. I think that's the most ideal thing. Of course, you're always going to want to have your cost of goods sold as cheap as possible, but that isn't always going to be the case, and it's not always going to be possible. Again, if you're getting healthy margins and a healthy return on your initial investment, that's something I would definitely consider building off of. It's going to get better and better as time goes because chances are you're going to be ordering more inventory and cutting costs of goods here and there. But just having that healthy relationship with your supplier will get you a long way and is super important. So I'm hoping this video helped you guys out with the whole negotiating process and different tips that can kind of get you through that process, hopefully with the best cost of goods sold, and just maintaining a good relationship with your supplier. If it did, definitely drop a like for this video. I would definitely appreciate it, and the YouTube algorithm definitely appreciates it. Trying to get these videos out to more people. Again, I've grown this channel to over a few hundred videos, or over 100 videos, so hopefully more people find this content helpful. If you guys did, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys want more content just like this. Don't forget to check out the Prestige Amazon FBA Mastermind Facebook group, the official Andy Lam Instagram, and if you guys are interested in that free 30-minute coaching call, again, congrats to Jason for winning the last one. Don't forget to like this video as well. Comment down below #PrestigeAmazonFBA and subscribe to the channel. But until next time, I'll catch you guys at the next video. Peace.